morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Kathy's Corner, and thank you so much for stopping by and joining me for just a bit. This is floss tube number 5. So I have just a little stitchy talk for you today. I have had the flu for I guess it was bad for about a week, and then for another week it kind of was, all this, and so I think I'm back into the swing of things, and I'm happy to be back. I did post a video while I had the flu because I had already filmed for it, and I have found that in posting, if I do my videos in short segments, they load up faster from my phone to iCloud. So if I have different clothes on throughout this video, that will be why. I'm not trying to show off my wardrobe, trust me. Goodwill. So first I want to talk to you about something I use in my stitching that really helps. My son gave me this. This right here. It's kind of freaky looking, isn't it? It's called CINCOM, Syncom, and this is a hand massager. And when I am stitching for a really long time, this happens with all y'all, I'm sure. Right in here, my hand starts really hurting, and I just have to stop. So when that first starts happening, you charge this. And then there's 3 buttons right here, and you can make it do whatever you want, like a massage thing, a vibrate thing, or whatever. And you put your hand in here like this. Little fingers stick out there. Your little thumb sticks out here. And that's for your left hand. And then your right hand, your thumb sticks out over here. And I just sit down on the couch because it's, because it's charged. You can go anywhere with it. You can walk around with it, but don't. And I just sit with this on my lap for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it really helps my hands. I have arthritis, and not in a bad big way, but I do have arthritis, and it really helps. So I thought I'd show you that. Hand massager. My son got that for me for, I think, Christmas. Now, let's start with FFOs. I showed you this last week because I was so proud of it, and then I obviously needed an excuse to show it to you again. This is Mice in the Sewing Room, Brenda Gervais. And I was looking around my house. Remember I told you, I made the bow, and just look at my last week's floss tube for more information about this, and the little pin cushion. But I knew I had something in my house I could set on this because it hangs on the wall just like this. And I didn't even put little hookies on the back, because it has just a kind of a little edge, so it's fine. But I had this in my house. Are things backwards? No, they aren't. They're forwards. And he just looks so cute there. So he sits right here. Gloss Starch, Lily brand. So that truly is FFO'd. I found what liked to nest on it. And then I also finished, all I had to do was sew this right here, this little place right here for this pillow that I showed last time that I'm sending to my friend this week. So this is Make Life Beautiful for Others. This is the Heart and Hand anniversary stitch. So that's done, but I really did show that to you last time. And I showed you part of this last time. It wasn't in pillow form. This is my Christmas stitch. We Will Adore Him, Homespun Elegance, designed by Sandra Sullivan. That's it right there. And here it is. All the colors are different because I only use what I have. So it's a pillow. There's the front, there's the back. And this is going to come out at Christmas time, probably between 2 dark green pillows, because they'll look good all 3 together. This is just fabric scraps that I had. I didn't really want it to be red because it represents the birth of Christ, and I just didn't want red and green as part of this. I didn't want super Christmassy. I wanted just happy. So there's Jesus in there and all the animals. And yes, there was a reindeer at the manger. Okay. And I also finished this Mouse's 4th of July Tiny Modernist. I told you what I was going to do last time, so I did it. And this is the little square thing I got from the dollar store that had something written on it. Watch my last video if you want to see it all scrapped up. And then this is totally finished. So I got some palms at either, I think I got these, I got these at Walmart. And this is just some fabric scraps I had. This is a button and another button. I'm just overflowing in buttons, so I'm going to use them in a lot of places. So I think that turned out really pretty. I put this on a foam board and this on a foam board, and then hot glued them onto this thing. So that's it. Yay! And what else did I didn't fully finish this, so it's a F-O. Like, it's not FFO, it's just F-O. So, finished, but not fully finished, okay? I was wondering about what to do with the back of this in my last video. And, oh look, it's Olivia. Y'all watch Olivia on Pumpkin Hollow? No. Yes, Pumpkin Hollow Stitching. And I finally found out her name is Olivia. And she holds things like this. But my arm really doesn't want to stay there very long. I was in a quandary as what to put on the back because some of my stitches were all over the place. So I buried as many stitches as I could. And then I put this batting on the back. And you can't see any stitches through this. I thought you'd be able to, but you can't. So this is just scrap fabric I had. And I'm gonna frame it. I'm gonna put it on a foam board and find me a frame and cut it up. My husband has a saw. I'm sure he'll do it for me, right? Now for my whips. I was really disappointed in this one. Last week I showed you I made this bag. So I just followed a YouTube video, but I made this. I didn't have enough fabric that I wanted, so I just sewed all this together to make a big enough piece to make this. So there's my bag. My family says, you ought to make those and sell them. No, there's enough people making them and selling them. I promise you. There's enough. There's enough. But in this bag, I'm working on the fox, which is part of A Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden. So I dyed this, I bought this fabric. It's printed, like the top part is printed. And then I tea-dyed it because it was a little harsh, like too bright. And then I started, like I have the bottom part of the box done right there. This is just like this little part right here. And I don't like it at all. So I can tell you right now, this fabric, no. I don't want to tell you the name of it because I don't want to. I'll put it in the description box below because I don't want to sound mean or anything, but I mean, you know, somebody else may stitch on this and love it. I don't like it at all. I can't even explain it. I don't live near a LNS, so buying fabric is tough because you just, you know, take a guess because you can't touch it or feel it. So my nearest LNS is Brick City Stitchers in Ocala. So I may just every 6 months go up there and buy me some fabric because it's an hour, but really that makes it 2. And I'm working, so I'll figure it out. So I'm not going to use this fabric, which I won't name right here, but I'll name in the description box below. And I bought 2 of them because I was going to do the fox on one and the swan on the other because the swan has that same bluish, whitish background. So that's okay. It's okay if we stop. If we hate something, why keep going, right? And I showed you last time, but I'm going to show you again because I'm so proud of it. I made a little thread keeper out of the fabric that matches, that goes with this. And so I just made a square. I didn't have a, you know, a pattern or anything. I made a square. I put some batting in here and put an edge there. There's a needle minder, and then I sewed Velcro to the 4 corners, and I can also put my scissors in here and just push it like that, and the Velcro keeps it. So that's what I made for that. I will sew the fox in this bag. I just won't use that fabric. So that is a whip that has stopped. What do you call that? A dead whip? I don't know. Cracked whip? No, that's, never mind. I want to show you these glasses. I've showed you them before, but look at this. These are my glasses, and look, they light up. I like them. They're called Mighty Sight. Mighty Sight. I got them on Amazon, but I've seen other stitchers who have glasses and then they can hook on these magnifying things, because if you're like my age, my sight changes every 3 months. I have to hold things further and further away or get more and more magnification, and these are almost to where I can't use them anymore. So I did buy a headlamp, and my headlamp, this is a Martha Washington sewing table antique that my husband had. I bought this headlamp. It fits over your head. I've shown it in a video, but it comes with all these different magnifiers that you can fit into it. This is good because this, you know, travels with my sight, having to get things closer and closer. So I'll link that below. Rejoice Evermore. I haven't stitched on it at all. It is a whip. It has like maybe 5 stitches in it, but I haven't, it's on white linen. And I'll show you this again because lots of people are doing it. It's so beautiful. Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais. I have to find the time and the place. So I'm a teacher, and school is going to, the last day of school is tomorrow. So then I'll be able to find my perfect time in the day to stitch on it. I'd love to stitch on it every day, like, I don't know, 30 minutes every day, an hour every day, and get going on it. You need some momentum, so I'm going to be starting that. Here's another whip. What Remains is Love. And this is Blackbird Designs. This thing is obsessive compulsive with me. I mean, I get to going on this thing. I'm waiting for one thread. It's the rose, let me see, that everybody's out of. Rose Garden. I'm waiting on Rose Garden. I have everything else. But I'm pretty proud of this. Oh goodness, see, I've never stitched a kind of a bigger sampler before. This isn't even that big. And now I know why people iron these before they show them, because it's really not pretty unless it's ironed. But here it is. I mean, it's going to be that big, but here's my part. Yay! I'm excited about that, boy. I tell you, What Remains is Love. Yes, sir. I like all the colors, and I'm using all the call for colors that Brick City Stitchers kitted up for me. I think I was there. I've only been, it's the only LNS I've ever been to. Is that sad? So this summer, I'm going to Colorado. So I won't be near the ColoradoStitcher, but I will be in Denver, and I know there's an LNS in Denver. I can't wait to see that. Now, I'm going to be this summer participating in summer camp with the ColoradoStitcher. If you go to her website, and you can go to her floss tube, she explains a lot on her floss tube, and then her website has like the pattern and such, and then tells you we're on Facebook to sign up because it's a private group. So check out summer camp. It's just a motivating thing to do this summer. So for June, I'm supposed to stitch some holiday, and there's prizes at the end if you do everything that she calls for. So I decided to get Wreath Swap 2 and to do the July one for my summer camp, my first project. So there's the July one with Uncle Sam and all. I'm going to do that for summer camp. And if you do summer camp, you can download for free the little patch. It's just a little cross stitch that's maybe, what is it, 4x4 or 2x2 maybe, of a camper. And then it has summer camp 2022. And you make that and you put it up. People are putting it on their backs. And some people have done this with her several times. And so they have several of these little summer camp. They call them patches, but it's cross stitch. It's a little cross stitch. That's what I'm going to be doing for June. I haven't made up my mind for July. I think for July I may do the HOM&E. That would make sense. I think in July you have to finish something. I can't remember. I'll look back. But June I've got down. I'm back. Yes, different day, different clothes. But the reason why is there were two more things that I forgot to show you. Number one is I have another whip, and I recorded me saying a whole bunch of stuff about the wrong, I named the wrong title. So this is another whip of mine, Above All. And here it is right here. Let me try and get the circle off it. There you go. There it is, Above All. And if you'll notice, right up here at the top, the end of each one of these little, at the end of each one of these reddish things is a color that's different. And on my last video, oh, by the way, it's by Teresa Kogut. On my last video, I asked for help because I am relatively new to this deal from some of y'all. And I had the sweetest response, extremely helpful, from a woman. I don't know her name, but she's rural North Carolina stitcher. And she commented something very helpful in some questions that I asked, but also was talking about, you know, how to finish the back of something and so on. And I wanted to let her know, and the rest of y'all, that I figured out what to do with these one little stitches. First, here's my progress so far. Can you see? Okay, there's my progress. And my problem was that at the tip here, there's a different color. And for the first part, which I did this like 2 weeks ago, I just traveled. But I thought, you know, this is going to be all around the whole thing. There's 108, I think, of those little things. I thought, I don't want to risk that not working out right. So I figured out what to do. I have not gone back and corrected, but I'm going to go back and take out just the tips of all those flowers. And see this traveling here? Instead of traveling like that, right there between them, I'm going to go through the flower, down and around to the next flower, because they're pretty close. I'm going to go through the flower, back to the next flower, to the tip, put it in, go through that flower, down the stalk, up to the next flower, and so on. I think that'll work, because then I'll only be traveling. See, then if I do it that way, I'll only be traveling right there. Like this is the front, so pretend like this is the back. I'm going to, you know, put that end on and then go back a little, jump over right there, put that end on, then tie it off. Then that way I'll go 2 by 2. Or if I really wanted to, I could just travel all the way down here, all the way down. I don't think I'll do that. But this way, if I can do 2
at a time, I think that'll be good because I have enough X's to bury those threads right in there without them showing.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. It'll be great. I have, this has weeks die works, and there's some DMC in here too. So I talked about this on my last video too. I didn't have any floss keepers or anything, and this has a lot of different colors in it. So I just took these Ziploc bags and sewed them together. So that just keeps them all nice and pretty. So that's that. Now for haul. Here we go. I said I wasn't going to buy anything. I got this cross stitch gauge because I have a hard time counting. So I got this from Fat Quarter Shop. She has a little one and she has a big one. I got the big one because I can't see. Cross stitch gauge. Has Yarn Tree. It's made by Yarn Tree. I got that because I have a lot of fabric that I don't know what it is because my cousin gave me a bunch and I have no clue what it is. So that will really help me decide, and then I can go through it all and figure out what it all is. So in summer camp, I'm either going to do the HM and E from the Wreath, Home is Where the Wreath Is, or for summer camp, July, I may do this. It's Farm Fresh Carrots by Stitching with the Housewives, Bunny Garden. Oh, no, Farm Fresh Carrots is not what it is. It's what it's in. It's called Bunny Garden. There we go, Bunny Garden. I mean, she has the cutest bunnies. And this is 98 by 70. Can I get that done in a month? I could get it done in a month if I sew monogamously, but I'm too excited about my other stitches, so I might find something a little smaller. So if I don't do this or the HM and E, then one of these. I needed some smaller things. I have a lot of finishing things that I can use that I need smaller stitches. So I got some tiered tray tidbits. I got Snowman Trio from Stitching with Housewives, Pricilla Blain. It's really cute. And I got Pumpkin Patch Tiered Tray Tidbits. So the tiered tray and the Dapper Doodads are all real quick stitches, and they're small. This is 56 by 42. This one is, they're all 56 by 42. She knows what she's doing, doesn't she? And then I have Pumpkin Spice Seasons, but I don't, it's Pumpkin Spice Season, and I don't have the front cover of it, but it's also Pricilla Blain, and it's 56 by 42. So these finish at 4 by 3, if you do it on 28 count. I fell in love with this. This is, you can tell I have remnants of my cold. This is Madame Chantilly Summer. This is just so pretty. There we go. Madame Chantilly Summer. Now I can tell you right now, the tray is gray. See how the tray is gray, and that red and that gray I'll change because I do not have gray in my house. I will probably make this either a much darker gray or a brown, something like that. And the red I'm gonna make more brickish than orangish. And it's really cool because I live in Central Florida. I live in a little town called Eustis, Florida. And near here on the coast is a lighthouse that looks very similar to that. So that's cool. It has flowers and goldfish and a whale, Hello Beach. I wonder if Stephanie's, let's see, Pam. I wonder if Pam from Just Keep Stitching has done this. I bet she has, because look, there's a whale. And there's a lighthouse. That's up Pam's alley. I bet she stitched this. And there's a little mermaid right there. Okay, and here's another one. So I didn't just buy one Madame Chantilly. Of course not. I bought two. This is winter. This has such cute things in it. An owl, a skate. We have ice hockey in Florida, and we have ice rinks in Florida, believe it or not. That is so cute. I bet Pricilla Blain has stitched this because she's into ice skates and snowmen, and they both, oh, and look, there's a fox here. Who would like that? Stephanie. Stephanie, you would like that. I bet you've stitched this. See, I'm relatively new. 3 years in this game. Relatively new. I'm a quilter too, and I got this. I've wanted this for a while, called Table-tastic by Doug Lico. Table-tastic is a book with table runners in it, and Kimberly showed this, I think, in February. It's just amazing, amazing things. I'll show you. Let's see. I think this page shows them all. And they're all different, you know, sizes. Some longer ones. There's some square ones. It's called Table-tastic. Just fantastic. So that's going to be Christmas presents. So if you're in my family, you're going to get something like this for Christmas. Oh, one last thing I want to show you. I am a quilter as well. And so I just wanted to show you what I've been working on. I've been working on, I have something on my long arm machine that is a quilt that I made during COVID. I made it out of thrift store shirts. And I'm working on that on my long arm. And then I'm also working on I have a new grandbaby due in September, and I'm working on a quilt for her. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of each one of those. I will have 3 grandchildren, by the way. One is named Buddy, one is named Lily, and the new one coming in September is Collins. So I'm excited. Buddy and Collins live in Colorado, and Lily lives about 30 minutes from here. So I'm glad she's close, and I'm going to go visit the other ones. This is a quilt I made during the pandemic, and it's just on my long arm right now. That's one row. We did a different kind of technique with every row. And then this over here, this is a Tula Pink quilt, Tula Pink fabric. I just saw the quilting pattern online. It's very easy. 5 by 5 and 5 by 2.5. So that's it. And I am machine quilting this on my domestic machine. So here's the back. You can see some of the quilting on it. There's the back of the quilt. And I left it like this because I knew it would be interesting for her as a baby to see black and white. And then as she gets older and older and older, she can come back here and follow the little things and figure out what the animal is on the other side, because these are pandas on the other side, and that's a skunk on the other side. So there's a horsey. So I did that on purpose. I made it white. There's some white there, and you can still see the stitching. So I wanted you to see what I was working on. I always like to close with a shout out to some of my favorite people that I view on FlossTube that I've really learned from. I mean, they don't know me from Adam, but I've really learned from them. Of course, Just Keep Stitching, Pam and Steph. They kind of are responsible for enabling me. So thank you, Pam and Steph. Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She's a quilter and a stitcher, and what a sweet gal. Just a sweet gal. All these people are so much younger than me. Except maybe Pam. Pam, you and I, we're the same. Sweetwaterstitcher, Jessica. Oh, she's so cute. Jessica and Olivia, they're just like little babies. They're so young. I watch them a lot, and they are very helpful. Saltbox Stitcher, Carol. Yeah, Carol, like, what a stitcher. But she's been stitching for probably 30 years. She's probably my age. She has grandkids like I do, and just look, I watch her show, and I just stare at the pictures on the wall behind her, because that woman has stitched some things. And she's funny too. She's really funny. Her and her husband have a relationship quite like mine and my husband. And Crosshatch Quilts. I've just started watching that. The room, her dining room, I think, is where she videos from. Y'all need to check her out. I mean, she's a great stitcher, but her dining room is fabulous. And I think she quilts too. So, that's Floss Tube number 5. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. As of today, I have 289 followers. That's crazy for me. I'm not in it for the numbers. You know, I don't have any giveaways yet. But I just do it for fun. And hopefully give you something to watch. Hopefully give my grandkids a time to see Cece. Hi, Lily. Hi, Buddy. And my kids, I'm not sure if my children watch this. We'll see. Comment below. Levi, Carissa, Ben, Jess, Hannah, or Joey. Comment below if you watched this video. Ha 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 ha. They don't have to. It's okay. So thank you for stopping by. Have a great week, a great day, and a great life. God bless you. Bye.